Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys joining me for today's episode. Always happy to have you guys around the channel here. Guys, today I want to talk about three of the most toxic trends that are happening in bass fishing right now. As you guys know that have been watching YouTube and watching my channel, we're in a very, very difficult place in fishing right now for a lot of different reasons. And there's really three things that stand out in my mind that I want to discuss in today's video, so we're going to get into that today. Also, guys, to get started, real quick tip here, getting ready to get into full-blown jerkbait season now. Wanted to share with you guys one of my favorite jerkbaits for wintertime fishing, and that's this Megabass X80 trick darter. You guys hear me talking about a lot of different Megabass baits, but guys, this is one of my favorites, along with the Nanahan for wintertime fishing. Smaller version, guys, it's only about 3 inches long. It's got some high sides on it, you know, sort of a pretty narrow back on the thing. But guys, this is a deadly wintertime bass catcher. The biggest bass I've ever caught at Table Rock Lake on a jerkbait came on the X80 trick darter. Also the biggest limit of spotted bass I ever caught in my life. 5 that weighed 27 pounds at Lake Lanier, Georgia, came on this bait here, the X80 trick darter. I'll put this in my tackle warehouse link in the description if you guys would like to order a few of them. They got a good color selection. Deadly, man. Fish it on a spinning rod, 6-pound test line. Chunk it around main lake or secondary points all winter long. You'll definitely catch some good fish on it there. Okay, guys, there's three things that we're going to talk about here that I really want to focus in on, you know, about the toxicity that's going on in fishing. So let's get into that in today's video. Okay, the first one, guys, is the online negativity that we're seeing. Now, I'm not talking about, because a lot of people are going to say, oh, Randy, you're the most negative person on YouTube. No, I'm not the most negative person on YouTube. I bring problems to light, and I also offer solutions to it. It's like if you're just going to bitch and moan about something, it is just bitching and moaning unless you can actually offer a solution to it. So what I try to do in mine is I try to highlight problems, try to highlight, you know, issues we have within the fishing industry and offer my solution to it. But the all too common, the problem you have with this online negativity that's creating a toxic environment in fishing is that so much of bass fishing right now revolves around social media content. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know, all that type of thing. And the problem that you have with it is anytime that you have a discussion on something, it doesn't matter what it is, there's always a bunch of trolls in there that just, it doesn't matter what you're talking about, they just have to attack and be negative. And this is not productive whatsoever. It's like we should be able to have a civil, respectful discussion on whatever fishing technique it is. I mean, I've had vitriolic, hateful comments from people when I just talk about my favorite color plastic worm before, or about a particular knot that I use, or how I tie a knot. So it doesn't make any difference what it is. There's always going to be somebody out there that just, you know, is hateful and mean, and for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but it creates this toxic environment within social media that does not need to be there. And I'm not talking about everybody that does that, but there's 25% of the people out there that, you know, get on social media and they create this toxic environment, and it can be radical. I mean, if you have a strong opinion on something that sort of touches a sensitive spot on some people, you can't put it past some of these people to make threats against you, you know. And even in other genres of social media, you know, a lot of people get death threats on them just for voicing their opinion. So a lot of it has to do with a little bit of mental instability. A lot of it has to do with the fact that people say stuff on social media that they would never say in public or, you know, to a person's face before. So there's a lot of different reasons for it, but it's sort of like the nature of social media that is creating this sort of toxic social media environment within fishing right now. Okay, the next one, guys, is this whole thing about tournament elitism. This is one of my pet peeves, and I've talked about this a lot before. It's creating a very negative environment within our fishing because this tournament elitism is something that we've really seen creep up on us slowly, and it's got to the point now where it's undeniable. I first started noticing it rampantly about 5 years ago, because prior to 5 years ago, there was always, you know, people that had more than other people, and there was this and that. But right now, with the way that tournaments have manifested and they sort of evolved into it, and the way that equipment has evolved to being more expensive, you have this combination of tournaments are more and more expensive than they've ever been. Payouts are terrible, and the equipment is skyrocketing. And it's even higher now, like with all the tariffs we have on all of our goods. We're seeing all of the cost of our boats and tackle and everything are fixing to go through the roof in 2026. And it's creating this elitism, this financial tournament elitism, where people that are just more independently wealthy and independently fluid, have caused this income disparity. And this income disparity is huge in our general population right now. We in the United States has a huge income disparity overall in our country. Nobody can deny that. It is a reality. And this income disparity is becoming more and more prevalent in bass fishing. And as this income disparity becomes more prevalent, that's when you start to have an unlevel playing field. Because when you create a playing field that doesn't have equipment limitations as far as how much money somebody can spend on it, then you have created this financial elitism within the sport where competitors are not on the same level. I mean, most other competitors, like in the NFL, it's like you don't have any financial elitism in the NFL because people have the same equipment. They've got a football, they've got shoes, and they got a jersey, and they got a helmet. But in bass fishing, it's not like that. You got one person that's got a $150,000 jacked up pickup and a $150,000 boat and $100,000 worth of tackle, and then you got another dude in the same tournament that has a $5,000 truck and a $5,000 boat and a bunch of old rod and reels competing on the same playing field. So that financial elitism is definitely this financial elitism within tournament fishing is definitely creating a problem that's a toxic environment in our sport. Okay, the final toxic environment that we're seeing right now is this tech arms race that we're into. Now, we talk about this a lot on the channel. And the thing about it, when you start talking about stuff like this, you can't ever normalize anything and stop talking about it because people are tired or burnt out on hearing it. Because that's what happens. Apathy and this whole thing about accepting that there's nothing you can do about it, that is how bad things take place in any segment of our society. And this tech arms race that we're in right now, people don't understand the ramifications and how serious this is. It has something that has exploded, if you're paying attention, that is, over the past 6 months, at a rate that I have never seen before. We all know everything that's going on, with the advancements in sonar and all the, different stuff with forward facing. But one of the things, guys, in this tech arms race that's taking place right now underneath this is this whole infusion and this whole takeover, this quiet takeover we're in the middle of with artificial intelligence. This is infiltrating every segment of the bass fishing market, and it is a major deal. Because I'll share something with you guys about one of the things that the bass fishing YouTubers are really, really concerned about right now is apparently in 2026, there's going to be a big push for AI videos on fishing content. And what they're going to do is you're going to start seeing these AI channels emerge where there's actually people talking that are not real, and they're assimilating all this millions of data points on the internet about bass fishing, like from my channel, from Matt Steffen's channel, all the other bass fishing YouTube creators out there that put tips out there. They're assimilating our real tips into these AI videos of techniques and tips and fishing with fake people in it. And eventually, the bass fishing YouTube genre is going to get taken over by these AI videos with this information that they're sucking off of real creators like myself and other people out there. So this whole tech arms race, guys, it's the most disgusting, disturbing thing that I have ever seen in fishing or probably ever will. So I just want to encourage everybody to resist that at every turn. It's like, don't be part of that tech arms race. Don't get involved with it. Don't encourage it. Don't enable it. And if you see some AI videos out there, guys, just don't watch them. If you see something that's coming up on the the perimeter out there as far as it's going to intrude in bass fishing and take away the purity and the wonderment and the magic and the realness of bass fishing from something that's AI generated, you have to resist that, because That's the only way. If not, all this stuff's going to get taken over by it, and it's going to diminish everything that fishing has ever been about. It's going to be like the damn Terminator movie is what it's going to be like eventually. And a lot of people think that's far-fetched, but it's not, guys. It's around the corner. It's happening right now because, you know what? Nobody's stopping it. And you know why nobody's stopping it? Is because there's about 7 or 8 tech companies out there, these AI tech companies that have trillions of dollars they're working with, hundreds of billions of dollars, and they've also got the political system on their side. They're enabling certain politicians that are, you know, taking regulations off of them that would, you know, kneecap them as far as developing this and that, and tax all the other stuff like there. It's like a who's who, you know. So you got all these tech bros out there, these tech bro companies that don't have any regulations on them, and they've got, you know, they bought and paid politicians that are not going to put regulations on it, and it's just a damn free-for-all out there right now. It's a wild west of this tech advancement, and it's terrible. It's terrible for everything. Every person on this planet doesn't need to be here. So anyway, guys, that's some of the most toxic things that are happening right now. Like I said, you can trust the guys. I'll give you the reality of the situation here, even if a lot of people don't want to hear it. And I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you very much for the support. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll talk later.